Antoine, 2 moments of absolute magic, a goal on the counter, and Bournemouth are up to second in the Premier League table. What an evening!
Yeah, what an evening. I'm so tired right now. I can't even explain what's going on or the feelings. But second, next international break. So I mean, it's an achievement for us. We just need to keep going on.
I know you said you can't even talk, but you are going to need to explain that goal to me. A lovely individual goal. What were you thinking when you got the ball? Talk me through it.
I was thinking just beat the fullback, get down the byline, maybe cross it, but all the options were blocked, so it's just like looking at the keeper's legs, and execution was right. So yeah, great finish.
Listen, 2 goals today, an assist. It's now 6 goals in the opening 7 Premier League games. Do you feel like you are playing the best football of your life?
Yeah, something like that. I think just playing with confidence, enjoying playing with this team, and yeah, loving every moment.
How about that finish from Justin Kluivert as well? Sort of outshone you a little bit.
He's been doing it all last season and it's continued this season, so it's a great finish. I mean, it's normal for him.
And how about the response as well to going behind? Because it was a second half that Bournemouth were largely dominating.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they went in front. It was a bit frustrating, to be honest, but I feel like we had our spells, we had our moments. We just needed to finish our chances, and we done that in the end. So.
And just finally, sorry for cutting you off. You said, you're so tired. Just how tough was it out there playing in those conditions tonight?
Yeah, it's not easy. They're a great team. They keep the ball really well, so we were pressing so much. But I can't even breathe right now as we're speaking. But yeah, tough game.
Congratulations, Antoine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, tonight's performance takes his tally in the Premier League season so far to 6 goals and 3 assists. And as he said there, Charlie, he's just playing with confidence right now.
He is, yeah. He's definitely in the form of his career. He's had so much he's got so much freedom to play the way that he wants to play. And the first goal especially just typifies how confident he is. And like he said, his first thought was to beat his fullback and then it opened up, and as he progressed, and then to see the goalkeeper and place it through his legs, that was fantastic.
Yeah, here is the goal. As he was describing it, just first thought, as you repeated to us, was to beat the fullback.
Yeah, it was, yeah, and it's such a big thing to be as a winger and, face your fullback up, beat him as much as you can, get down the line, and then this is the composure. To have a look at the goalkeeper, place it through his legs. It was a top finish from a top quality player.
Do you expect more from Burnley now?
Ish, and Castagna as well. One thing I would say is, if Semenyo gets ahead of steam, you can forget about it. He's too quick and he's too strong. I would try and engage him outside the box, maybe get a little tackle in. I think Chukwueze was there on the other side. Maybe Diop comes across, but trying to stop him 1v1, you can literally forget it. He's just too quick, too strong. I love the finish. It's smart. Leno opens his legs and he just pops it through. But he's one of the best players in the Premier League to watch right now.
So that's the goal to level it. Let's take a look at this moment of brilliance from Justin Kluivert. It's the goal that puts Bournemouth ahead for the first time on the night. Sensational.
Sensational goal. Picks the ball up in his lovely little pocket. And
Tom Kenny knew it was coming.
He knew what would come in, face him up, little step over on the inside, and then the finish is absolutely outstanding. I know Semenyo said he's done it last season and he scored some absolute worldies, but that's got to be up there, surely.
He makes worldies look easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
I mean, look what he does to Tom Kearney. Literally leaves him for dead. He's laying on the ground. But that finish, I mean, it's like, it's far out. It looks like a penalty. It makes it look that easy. I mean, Semenyo's goal was good. That was definitely better.
It's a very quick turnaround for Bournemouth, turning the game on its head after going behind. That was 2 goals within the space of 6 minutes. That second goal from Justin Kluivert, simply sensational. Let's hear from him.
You had to sit and wait for your opportunity, which can be frustrating at times, but it is very much a squad game. Now, what did the manager say when he sent you on?
Do what I do best, and I think I showed that today. As said previous, we have a great team, a lot of great players. I haven't started the team with at the beginning, I was injured, so we done a great job. So it's tough to come in the team again after a good season for me. Also, you have to show yourself every game again, and hopefully I show myself today again.
At half-time, the manager talked to us, and he said one of the things he'd said that you obviously missed when you were warming up was shoot on sight. Was that always your intention when you got in that position tonight?
Definitely, and he also showed us that there are possibilities to shoot from outside the edge. So with my shot, why not? You have to try it.
Now, I have to ask you about Antoine Semenyo. We know he's very shy and he doesn't like talking about his success. Yeah. How good is he?
He's incredible. He shows it every game now, and he's just world class. And we are glad to have him. And what I said, We are a good team, and he is the one who also scores goals for us, and we appreciate that for sure. He's done an amazing job.
And just quickly and finally, it's no fluke where you find yourselves in the table. The manager's playing it down, but what's possible even at this early stage for Bournemouth?
It's early, what you say, but we got to strive for the highest possible. I always said the mentality that we have now is not to look down, but to look up, and we will keep doing that. So the highest possible, and we won't settle for less, no way.
Justin, well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Only 3 Bournemouth players have won Premier League Goal of the Month. David Brooks, Jermaine Defoe and Charlie Daniels. He's given himself a good chance, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah. No, this is a wonderful strike. He's not short on confidence, is he? He's not. It's totally different to Antoine Semenyo's interview. But you know what? This is Semenyo's second goal.
Yeah, he praised him plenty as well.
Yeah, he did. I mean, look at where he started and look where he finishes. You know, Ben Doak does really well to go down the line, get his head up, recognise where the space is, and then to feed Semenyo. And then it's such a calm and quality finish. And then, here we go. Look where he starts. Look at the speed. Look at the strength. Look at the power he's got. And then at the end, look at the composure he shows to finish it, to slot it in one touch.
Beautiful goal. I mean, Kluivert plays in Doak there. Doak does so good just to wait. Semenyo, look, he almost breaks the net. Look, the net lifts up at the back. I mean, what a finish with his weaker left. That's hard to do, kind of. I mean, people think I'm crazy to like. It's not a pass and it's not a shot. Like
to step on it and just. It's a controlled finish, but it's like a punch kind of controlled finish.
He like surprised the keeper a bit, didn't he? Because he took it so early, but. I mean, they had so much athleticism on the pitch towards the end of the game, and Kluivert, Semenyo, Doak did good when he came on as well. I thought Ryan Christie, tidied it up a little bit. Alex Scott went a little bit deeper when Tyler Adams off. They just looked way more dangerous. The last 20 minutes, the game completely changed.
Yeah, so that took him up to 6 goals for the season so far. Let's just see where he ranks. They're just behind Erling Haaland. An impressive start to the season and so important in this Bournemouth run that has seen them, as we remind you, go to 2nd in the table. It's only the 2nd time that they've ever managed to do that in the Premier League. And he's been driving the team.
He certainly has, yeah. He's the one they go to. He's the one they look to score and really get the team up the pitch. And like you say, he not only starts it and he not only does his defensive duties, but he actually contributes a lot going forward. And like I say, 6 goals this season. He's having a fantastic start.
It's 4 wins in a row for Bournemouth against Fulham on their home turf. The first time they've managed to do that. Fulham did go ahead, but they leave with no points. Let's hear a reaction from them. Here's Joachim Andersen.
Your task was difficult. You came here tonight without both of you recognised number 9s. You had to play a number of different players in that position tonight. How well did you adapt to that?
Of course, we missed Rodrigo and Raul a lot. A lot of our game is about getting them involved and crosses in the box and stuff. So yeah, they're a big miss, but I think Josh up there, he did a good job, and we had to do something different, maybe drag them out a little bit more and some more runs in behind, which, yeah, of course, it's the first game, so obviously it was hard and not the best conditions with the wind to play some long balls and stuff. So yeah, it was a tough task today, but again, I think. Yeah, on another day you win this game because I think, like I said, the goal came out of nowhere.
Just quickly and finally, international break comes up next. How frustrating is it to go into that off the back of these 2 defeats in the Premier League?
No, it's really frustrating. I think we really wanted to win these 2 games, and we had good chances to do it as well. So yeah, punch in the face, but yeah, we have to get our head high and move on because. Yeah, there's a lot to build from, and we need to improve the things we need to improve here.
Yeah, punch in the face, says Andersen. The things we need to improve, probably defensively as well. I know they changed the way they're set up, but it's the 2nd game in a row they've conceded 3 goals.
Yeah, and up to probably the 70th minute, they look good. Really comfortable. Semenyo scored, and I felt like they were doing just fine. But obviously, I thought we said about at halftime Bournemouth had the capacity to make changes. And they did, and I thought the bench completely changed the game for Bournemouth. So I think for Fulham, up to the 70th minute, the game was there to be won, and they were in the lead. But just thought Bournemouth had too much firepower from the bench to change the game.
Yeah, if one of Fulham's subs were involved in the build-up to that goal, let's look at Ryan Sessegnong's goal, the one that breaks the deadlock and makes it 1-0 to Fulham. Let's get your involvement here, Charlie.
Yeah, no, it was a really good goal, from Fulham's perspective. The wing-back finding their 10 in the pocket, making that run, lovely run from Ryan Sessegnon, lovely weight of pass from the midfielder there, and you know what, it was another great finish. You know, a lovely goal. It's what you practice day in, day out, the pass and move, running into space, running in behind the defence. As we see here now, it was a really calm, composed, lovely little dink finish.
And Chukwueze was the sub I'd mentioned. He'd been on the field for just 3 minutes.
Yeah, he just came on. He's a good player. You know, technically can play into him at any time. When you get forward passing, forward runners, and you time it right, it's virtually impossible to defend. So, but for Fulham at that point, they looked really good.
Yeah.
But I just think Marco Silva, I think he'll be really disappointed that they kind of threw that game away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with 1-0 up, with 20 minutes left, to now be leaving there, having lost 3-1, how do you explain that to yourself as those players? How disappointed will they be?
Yeah, like Owen said, I think for the first 70 minutes, I think he'd be really happy. I think he'd be really pleased with the structure. I think he'd be really pleased with the players that was on the pitch. And as much as we're praising Bournemouth in terms of their subs, I think the subs that come on didn't really do what he expected. I thought I didn't really see...
Traore Smith
didn't really come on, didn't really touch the ball. And like I say, I think that's when Bournemouth got stronger. So their subs that come on, I think, made Bournemouth stronger. And I think actually the subs that Fulham made them weaker.
And something that Justin Kluivert reminded us of in his post-match interview, which Andoni Iraola had said at half-time, was he wanted them to really be patient, but also have a go at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, well, especially when you have something like Kluivert who's shooting it's so precise from distance, it's actually silly, really. You know, to be hitting it that comfortably from that far. It was like a pass, wasn't it?
The speed, the accuracy that he has. I don't know, you say it's 20, 25 yards out. But like you say, it's like someone having a shot inside the box.
He did a couple at Newcastle last season, didn't he? Similar. And it just like whipped into the corner. And obviously Semenyo's the same. You know, they're such good finishers. And I just think they must have looked at the clips with the analysts that, right, there's a bit of space on the edge of the box. But let's be honest, Kearney v Kluivert, 1v1 there. There's
no match.
There's one winner.
Yeah, there's only one winner.
So in that situation, do you just put your hands up and say moments of brilliance, or what do you think Silva will be thinking about his defence and what they didn't get right tonight?
I think you can look at any goal and dissect it and say, like, this could happen, this could happen. If you look at Semenyo's first goal, you look at the fullback and go, can you engage more, like, quicker, wider? Can you stop them at source? But then if you look at the actual finishes, you know, Kluivert's goal, for instance, that's a fantastic finish. And then the last goal, counter-attack, you're kind of chasing the game, you kind of think, OK, maybe. But definitely the first one, you could say, you could stop it.
But Diop could come across maybe. But I do think if Kearney... The lads can see that. It was quite slow motion, that Kearney one with Kluivert. I think you've got to get across, or Kearney's got to foul. If he sees he's in a big pocket of space on his own with Kluivert, you know, he can try and win the ball. If he doesn't, then you foul, give away a free kick. I think once he gets into that open space, it's chaos. The centre-backs can't get out to him. So, and I do think in that situation, somebody's got to help Kearney. You know, so somebody's got to come across and help him, because 1v1, again, like we said, Semenyo, 1v1, these guys are too good.
Yeah, it's Fulham trying to stop their shots as much as they can, trying to get them to get them into them areas where they can create that chance, where Kluivert could be 20, 25 yards out. It's keeping them away from the goal, keeping them away from that area as much as possible. And how they do that, they might make a foul, they might be double up. It's loads and loads of different scenarios that they could do it.
Yeah, so Bournemouth up to second in the Premier League now. Let's look at their next 6 fixtures. There's Palace, which obviously is a difficult one, still unbeaten, although they still have to play this weekend. There's Nottingham Forest, there's Man City, Aston Villa, West Ham and Sunderland. How do you rate the difficulty of those fixtures, Charlie, considering it's the Premier League and every game is really...
Yeah, I mean, Palace, again, started the season excellent. You know, it's that's going to be a very tough game. And you look at any game in the Premier League is going to be tough, but Bournemouth will go in it full of confidence. You know, best start to the season probably is, and the confidence they've got going into this international break, they're only going to really take it full on and attack every single game.
The break almost coming at the wrong time for them, given the run they're on.
Yeah, maybe, maybe, but it's excitement, I think. Excitement for the team, excitement for the fans, excitement for the whole club, really.
What do you think will constitute a really good season for them, especially given, you know, the heights they've hit so early on? What do you think?
I mean, to be second, I don't think they would have ever envisioned that, you know, losing virtually the whole back four and the keeper. So, I mean, look, when you're there, you want to stay there, Jules? Do you know what I mean? Champions League would obviously would be a dream, but why not? Do you know, they're in a good spot. You know, that run's tough, by the way. Every game's tough, but Bournemouth give everybody a game, so if they can finish in Europe, that's a hell of a season.
Yeah, following on from their best start to the Premier League season, Bournemouth are up to second in the Premier League, just 1 point off the leaders after their victory tonight. Here's their manager, Andoni Iraola.
Well, Andoni, well done. Let's start, if we can, at the end there with your celebrations with your colleagues. I've never quite seen you as animated as that. Just talk us through that.
Yeah, probably it's the best goal to score, no? Because if you score the 2-1, okay, it's important, but you still have some minutes to play, no? The 3-1 is just definitive, and we've enjoyed it. It has been a difficult game, it has been a hard game, and to win and come back after conceding the first goal, I think is important.
Our pundits in the studio have been talking a lot about how you affect games, changes in tactics, changes in personnel from the substitutes bench. What's going through your mind, Andoni, when you fall a goal behind 70-odd minutes on the clock?
Yes, obviously you have to risk. There is no other chance, no? You are losing, I don't know, 20 minutes remaining, 15, I don't know how many minutes, but if at the end you have to risk, you go basically put all the offensive players that you can, you risk going man-to-man everywhere almost. And but this is especially the merit of the players, because we are talking about this because Antoine scored an amazing goal, Justin scored an amazing goal, and even the counter, no? I think is okay, you make the changes, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but for me the big merit is from the players that made the difference.
When you talk about risk, how do you balance risk and reward from a coach's perspective?
I think when you are losing, you don't have to balance a lot. It's like in that moment you don't have points, so you have to try to change the game. Sometimes it works, sometimes they could have scored the second one and they kill you because you have just basically Buffo defending alone there, the middle of your defense. But I think it's made from the players, because one thing is to put offensive players or to try to change things, but at the end they've been very, very difficult goals, I would say. I would give them all the merit.
In Andoni Iraola's first season, Bournemouth made their worst start to a Premier League season. They failed to win any of their first 9 games. Fast forward to his 3rd season, and they are now up to second in the Premier League and having made their best start to a Premier League season. What a difference.
Yes, you know, it's a testament to the owners, it's a testament to the hierarchy at the club to put trust in the manager. You know, there would have been a lot of different owners, different clubs who probably would have maybe let him go, maybe sacked him, but you know, it's a testament to Bournemouth to trust in the process, trust in the manager, and they're reaping the rewards now.
Yeah, Marco Silva, though, not happy tonight because his side took the lead, but they leave the Vitality Stadium with no points. Let's hear from him.
Tough one, no? After going again up in the scoreboard at the first half and then getting this defeat.
Yes, definitely. I believe apart from the first 10-15 minutes that we had some difficulties to control them. After that moment, I think the game was very balanced and you did control and looking for the chances created until they equalized the game. They didn't have them. I think that is true for both teams, not many chances as well. We score in a good collective moment from ourselves, good combination, good the penetration in the right moments between Semenyo and Chukwueze in that great finish after from Semenyo. We did it very well. And 2 individual moments from them decided the game. That is true. The individual quality from 2 players decided. One goal from 30 yards, the second goal, and the equalizer in a moment that you have 2 against 1 on the side, and you have to do it much better to control the 1v1 with Semenyo there. That was the reality of the game, because after the 1-0, the game was completely under control from ourselves, not chances from Bournemouth at all. And into individual moments, they decided the game.
Well, defeat for Fulham, but Bournemouth, brilliant. That's the story. Owen, you have a final question.
I was going to ask Charlie, obviously stock's high for a few of the boys.
Yeah.
Iraola, Semenyo, who's more valuable right now?
Oh, good question. I think Iraola's more valuable. I think you look at the players that they've sold over the summer and the players they brought in, there's a structure, there's a process in place. I think if they lose the manager, it's tough to change.